Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. And today, to all my New York City tri-state brethren, guys and gals, please be careful because now they are and will be giving out exhaust tickets, and they are quite expensive. So guys, let's go just jump right into it. First thing, shout out to my Boost in Motion family. I know you guys have already hit the like button. Thank you guys for your support. And if you're new to the Boost in Motion channel, I am Boost in Motion. I'm a Nissan Infiniti enthusiast, car enthusiast, and I report the news. So don't shoot the messenger. But today, you guys gotta thank me because I might be saving you guys some money. So this New York City is super quiet about what's going on. So about a year and a half ago, they've been releasing these test pilots with exhaust reading cameras, pretty much cameras that record certain amount of decibels. And they had a pilot program where they gave out people tickets for the loud exhaust. Well, there has now been an update for 2023. And I'm surprised New York City is super quiet about talking about this. And I wonder how it's going to be handled. So, sound detection program expands in New York City. So this is going to be from Pix 11. And Pix 11, this is called fair use, fair use, fair use. So as I'm playing the video, guys, I may interrupt it so I can express my fair use clause and my rights on using fair use. So guys, let's jump into it.
Create part of the rhythm, but one clang and clatter really stands out. City Council member Eric Botcher often gets an earful from neighbors.
They're waking up at the middle of the night by this car with no muffler, and it's against the law.
Now the city is lit.
You see, I told you guys in previous videos, the first thing, fair use, I told you guys in previous videos, because you guys start up with your Infinitis, BMWs, and loud exhaust, that sooner or later other people don't want to hear hear your exhaust in the morning. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear your Mopar. They don't want to hear your Infiniti. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it because we live in a city where we have different groups of people. So guess what? Whoever's in the position of control can be the ones who push for laws, and he probably made it very personal to make sure something gets done here. So let's continue.
Listening with sound meters and cameras near some high traffic and high complaint areas. City departments and NYPD already use a network of cameras. But unlike speed or red light cameras, they are not revealing the location of these specific detection devices.
Yeah, because they can't really record, like, you already have First, in New York City, already have speed cameras. We barely have any really red light cameras. And to be honest, in the last 2 to 3 years, police officers aren't really out there catching people for speeding unless you're also on the highway. But in the regular streets, that actually pulled back because the police officers don't need to do that specific job because they have speed cameras that do it. If you have a speed camera every quarter mile on any major district or major avenue or street, you don't need to put all of those police officers in that position when you already have technically traffic enforcers. The city rather recoup money than to deal with the police officers going to court. They wanted to fix that problem because it's very hard to beat a speed ticket. But if you got to go to court for it, it's just a lot of logistics and time and money that goes into it, and it backs up the court system.
So we've really struggled with getting those noise ordinances enforced. This will take it out of the hands of the police and have a camera with a sound meter, and they'll issue tickets.
These meters are activated when they detect a noise at a distance of 50 feet or more.
50 feet or more, guys. 50 feet or more. Are you kidding me?
Registering above 85 decibels. That would be a loud muffler or possibly even music or horns. A video with sound is recorded.
They literally said 85 decibels or more. You know what 85 decibels is? You remember that video I dropped on my channel talking about that Hyundai Elantra, I-Line or whatever it is, and it measured like 92 or 98 decibels because of its track mode, where it would race mode will make a little bit of burbles. So you telling me a Hyundai Elantra could technically get a sound ticket? You know how much Hellcats make loud noises? You know people have high-end cars that shoot. My E63S could probably in full track mode or race mode probably can make enough noise for me to get a ticket. Yo, these tickets are insane, but we're still not finished yet. Let me show you this next part.
And city noise enforcement staff give it a look and a listen. The vehicle's owner gets an inspection notice.
Serious?
Has to report to DEP facility.
So department, DEP is gonna handle it, right? They already issued 71 summonses, I assume, this year. But your first offense is an $800 ticket. Remember, I said this is a $1,000 ticket, right? Your second offense is $1,700, and your third offense is $2,500. And I talked about it in the previous video when I talked about it. I think it was the guy, the other YouTuber was called JR. Can't believe his full name. But he had the wide body. I think GTI. He might be watching this right now or whatever, but you guys might know him. He's another fellow enthusiast of New York City, and he actually dealt with the situation. And they pretty much measure the car, just like they would in California or whatever, where they tell you to rev the car to a certain amount of decibels. And listen, it's technically should just be a fix-it ticket, but it seems like the city wants to recoup their money. And I still sit there and think about how are they going to handle the situation with motorcycles and buses? Where does the statute end and where does it start? And that, because we live in a city where everything is loud. Everything is loud. So how much of these tickets are they really going to be given out? And 85 decibels just doesn't sound right. There's a lot of cars and trucks and motorcycles that are 87 decibels, 85 decibels and louder.
As of this month, 71 summonses have been issued. The fines start at $800 and more than triple for the third offense.
You could raise the fines as much as you want, but if they're not being issued at all, it hasn't been useful. That's why we asked for this pilot to come to our council district.
So far, this pilot program has been
So we're going to end it there for that. Listen, guys, to quickly read about it, they already said everything they needed to say. Listen, guys, I went to the DEP website, and they pretty much don't go into any, they don't really add any more information. Vehicles that emit obnoxious levels of noise violations of state or city laws have become a top quality life concern for many New Yorkers, and this technology offers some real promise in helping us provide some relief to our neighbors. You see, this is what happens when we live in a society where number one, as I told you guys, there is no car culture in New York City. They want to kill us from driving vehicles. They want us to walk around. They want us to get on our electric scooters. I have an electric scooter, but I have an electric scooter because it's closer to my job. They want us to ride a public transportation. They want us to be pretty much in these cans and just they tell us what to do. And New York City wants to do that. It is a city of 8 million people. I get it. And to be quite honest, as a driver, in the last, 20 years, it has gotten a lot worse and worse and worse. It's too much traffic. You really can't get anywhere else. And to be honest, even if you have packed people on trains and buses, there's so much people with personal cars. It's insane. There's people who have cars and they don't even drive. They just leave it parked in the street for weeks and months, and they only drive it once a month to the supermarket. New York City is a space and place where people burn money. We live in excess. As much as we think we're budgeting, we live in excess, and I get that part. I'm sorry that I'm getting kind of off topic here, but I see it. I see where they're pissed off with the drivers, and they want to just screw people over, and it's just another way of screwing people over. There's no car culture, but the car culture is technically terrible. I remember when we used to put exhaust on our Maximas back in the day. We still didn't want them too loud because when you auto start it, you don't want to hear it a half a mile away because you will get when you get pulled over by a police officer, you really didn't want to get that ticket because now they give you a ticket for exhaust, they give you a ticket for your tints, they give you a ticket for your HIDs, right? And then they get a tint for your tinted taillights. There was always something, so you actually didn't want to have too much, to pull you in. But now people got so pissed off, and the culture of New York City changed so much that in just some areas you cannot have a sports car or any specific type of car that starts up loud. They don't like vehicles. They want you to get on a train. They want you to have an electric bike. And to be honest, there's a war between motor vehicle people who drive motor vehicles and people who ride bicycles. There's a war. I know it because I'm on both sides and I understand it, but it is insane. So nonetheless, guys, if you are in a tri-state area, this pilot program is expanding and they're trying to see what they can really do. Doesn't mean that they're going to put cameras in every single county, every single zip code right now. It's just that they're doing some more piloting and some more testing to see if this is a viable thing they can do. And to be quite honest with you, at this point, I think the car culture in New York City, if they ever try to make this, I think all of us, every tri-state YouTuber, every car shop that does modification, we should do a class action or a petition and come together and say, no, this stops here. Because not only will this affect people who excuse me, guys, who may have modified cars, but this could be your mom with an exhaust leak on her 1995 Camry. How is she supposed to fix? She might not be able to afford that. You get what I'm trying to say? Or this might be the truck driver that necessarily he has a truck. He gets a ticket for this, and he has to do this. He has to drive this direction all the time, every day, all day. Or the motorcycle drivers ain't got to worry about nothing because y'all don't even have plates. But nonetheless, these things can add up, and I think this is not only as much as they say they're aiming towards a specific type of person. I think they're realizing we're gonna go for a specific person, but this can apply to everyone else because even as they said, this could also apply for people who have loud cars, who play loud music. You see that? So outside of it, guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. You can add me at boostinmotion IG and Facebook. Also, you can add me or you can send me email at boostinmotion@gmail.com. Otherwise than that, guys, I appreciate your time. You guys have a good day. Thank you.